Update: am I the jerk for telling my mother she was being childish over my wife falling asleep half naked in her living room? Okay, so 2 months ago I made a post about how my wife, 8-month-old son, and I visiting my mother's house where my wife put our son to sleep after feeding him on the first night and was so tired she fell asleep on the floor with her shirt off, which made my mother very unhappy, and I told her she was being childish and we left. Since then, my mother and I have been able to draw some sort of truce where things are about where they were before, if not a little worse. However, I know a lot of people were concerned about my wife, and I just wanted to share something that happened today. So my wife's stepsister and her 5-year-old daughter are visiting us right now. Last night my wife was watching TV in the living room and our son was in his living room cot, and she fell asleep on the couch with the TV on and the baby asleep. Then she ended up doing the same thing where she woke up in the middle of the night and took her shirt off to feed him and then fell asleep on the couch without her shirt on. This morning her niece was the first one downstairs and she saw my wife and woke her up and was giggling like, "Aunt, name, you fell asleep without your shirt on." And then picked up her shirt off the ground and gave it back to her. My wife said she felt very embarrassed and mortified at first, but then immediately after she put it back on, her niece quickly moved on to asking about what was for breakfast, and the two of them went into the kitchen to talk and make everyone breakfast, and her niece didn't once mention finding her on the couch without her shirt. My wife told me that it really made her realize just how much of a not big deal the situation with my mother was and how my mother was just being a baby, and she now feels a lot better about that whole situation I posted about. It's pretty tragic and hilarious that a 5-year-old child handled the situation with more grace and maturity than my grown mother did.